know it's not really going to hold, but 2 sets is more than I have now, so we can at least do that for you. You don't have to come, I know there's equipment down here, but for those of you up in the North County, then you don't have to come down here every time you want to buy or borrow something. So that is pretty much all I know. We're going to point you to a website for more information if you don't already have it, about bpi.org. Yep.
Is this, Debbie, is this through the Career Center again? Or
No.
not? So you don't have to be active in the Career Center?
No, that's, now, behind the scenes, the people at Cuyamaca who have taken on the leadership role of this grant and are going to actually be doing the formal registration for you, even though I'm going to be doing my own piece of that, they're going to be having to work into that state system. But you don't have to make these trips back to the Career Center to prove that you're still active. There's not going to be a soft drop process like we had before. You will have some requirements, but it's not going to be nearly as cumbersome or messy because the person who manages, just a second, I promise, I see it. The person who manages this grant at Cuyamaca and who's actually been responsible for significantly improving the focus of the grant actually came out of the workforce partnership at a very high level. She worked all the way from the case manager level, very high corporate level, came out, come do this work in the community college. She's had an education about the community college way that she's just kind of shaking her head like we all do the first community college job, thinking, how the heck do they get anything done? You know, with all the hoops we jump through. But she knows that process, and so she's going to make sure the eligibility never becomes an issue once she verifies that you're eligible for training. Yes, sir?
Any word on the HERS 2 portion?
No, I haven't heard of PEEP. Have you heard of PEEP, Zane?
Yeah, the Cheers organization put in the paperwork to the state and met all the requirements in the middle of June. The state then came back to Cheers and said, that's great, but we're going to add some more criteria. So then they had to resubmit. And so that's where it's at now. Once Cheers becomes certified, they'll send an email to all of those who are Cheers raters, and we're going to do a follow-up training. Now, how they're going to do it and when, we don't know.
And another question that I think some of you have asked me that I've referred you back to Zane for, because I don't know. This particular training program has no software requirement. So I know some of you have had some concerns and some difficulties working with the software for the HERS programs. Not going to be an issue because at least at this point they are not requiring that, and we have not gotten any sense that they're about to. I saw a hand somewhere over here.
Debbie, I was just wondering how long is the training, BPI, for those of us who have the rate?
Well, as I understand it today, it will be 1 week. Now, when I say that tentatively because we're concerned that that's a little bit too aggressive, and so my counterpart at Cuyamaca, and this is why I keep saying this stuff keeps moving, we're trying to make it the best possible program we can launch. She's actually negotiating with another provider of training that agrees that the schedule in the original contract that has not yet been signed with the trainer is too aggressive. We're afraid that we're going to send you out saying you're training, you're certified, and you're going to pass the test, kind of like I did in calculus, and you're going to walk out the door with a passing grade and not have a clue what to really do when you
I think that's smart. I really do.
Yeah,
I think
so
I'd rather know what we're
trying
doing.
to do. Because I heard
Yeah.
those comments. A lot of you said, this is too intense, too fast, too much. We need to slow it down. I can't guarantee that because the contract hasn't been signed yet. But that's where we're headed. So all these dates that I just gave you, this is what I think is going to happen today. As of 3 o'clock yesterday, it was real. But by Monday morning, it may not be. It may shift again. Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what then would be, who would want somebody who's certified as a BPI? Are there projects that are coming up
This
that
is
would...
the Home Start standard.
Okay.
So assuming that the state goes that way, you'll be ready. If we end up getting new demand for HERS, you're just going to be more qualified than the rest of them. So
Okay.
yeah, it's what our goal is to give you the ability to do this work no matter which way the legislature finally settles. Yes, sir.
The field test at the end, that is included, so we don't have to pay a proctor to come to our...
No, and thank you. That's a really good point.
Because that's
Very
expensive.
expensive. That's a one-on-one process, and
Yeah.
you do not pay a proctor. So the field exam, the written exam, everything is free.
Sold.
I'm not buying you cookies. Well, maybe I'll buy you. Other than that, you're covered.
How is it going to be determined who the 75, if there's only 75 seats, how's that going?
It will be the
First come, first served?
Yeah, just like the 96. You know, I had a waiting list a mile long at one point, and we just couldn't accommodate them all.
Put me on your list.
No,
Can we start up tonight?
no. When I released, yeah, I've had that request too. When I am really actually actually ready to send you to Cuyamaca to start registering. You're all going to get the email blast all at once. It's like I give news to my family, so nobody can feel like, well, you sent it to her first. I'm sending a blast email to you. You do what you want with it. If you're paying attention, you'll be one of the 75. I really don't think it's going to be a problem because out of the 96 we trained, I am sure there are 21 who are not going to do this. I'm sure of it. So I'm really not worried. But I wouldn't dawdle either because they don't have to be trained by us. They just have to be HERS raters.
You know, another advantage of being BPI certified is you can go to work for a general contractor.
That's right.
And now he can become BPI
Yep.
accredited. And that's what opens the gate for him to all this energy stuff.
Yeah, so you have an employability advantage.
That's right.
Any of these specialties related to this one?
I don't know.
Because you have to have.
I believe this is going to be building envelope.
That's a good question that I don't have an answer for.
Yeah, for you're saying about the contract.
National Guard requires two specialties.
Okay.
Somebody one of them is building out.
Building envelope. Yeah, so that's the kind of thing that Sandra Moreland knows inside out and backwards, but I didn't even know enough to ask. So I'm sorry, I didn't ask that question.
Just for clarification, there's going to be classes at Cuyamaca, and there's going to be classes. And do we get it first?
No, well, no, not really, because the classes at Cuyamaca are, I guess you could, but I don't know why you would want to, because they're designed for people who have no background.
Those are for HERS.
These that will be at Palomar will be for the people who are already familiar with the HERS process, because you learned a lot,
But we
right?
still have to do Title 24.
You still have to do the Title 24, because that's, yes, that's common to everybody.
So there's 1 week down there and then 1 week up
Pretty
here.
much, yeah. But the training for the people who have not done HERS before is going to be more extensive, but they will come out with the same thing that you guys will come out with at the end, yeah.
Including HERS certification.
Yeah. Yes, I believe so, but I'm not positive on that because I think they're focused right now on just getting a BPI. I don't think they're actually, I don't think they are. Let me backtrack. They're not going to give a HERS certification. They are going to teach you what you learned in HERS so that they can be BPI certified. But they're not going to certify more HERS raters because we agreed that was counterproductive at this point. Yeah.
This is going to be a national certification?
Yes.
So the dates again were the October 4th?
November 15th and January 10th. We think. That was what the dates were yesterday at 3. Yes.
Will this also be, this BPI certification also be good for contractor accrediting as well?
From a contractor's point of view, not
Yes.
just from a HERS.
Yes. As far as I understand it, yes. But that's a good question to ask Sandra Moreland, who is, as I said, much more technically savvy than I am. Okay, did I get the question? No? Did I see hand? No, you're squirting like I am, right? I can't see still. Did I get it?
That was awesome. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, thanks.
Thank you very
I'll
much.
see you in a couple months.
Wow.
Nice job, Debbie.
That was good stuff.
Excellent.
All right. Just a couple other training options. If you go to bpi.com, you can find out who the accredited trainers are. And then Green or Dawn is listed as the local, the San Diego training organization. So if you guys don't have the opportunity to do the one through Cuyamaca or Palomar, check out BPI's website. There's companies out there offering advertising BPI training. Make sure they got all the right accreditations and all that stuff before you give them money.
SDSU offers a class too.
Is that one going on?
That's what they're trying.
Okay. So that one's put together.